Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am going to break down all of my hacks and tricks and tips to make your makeup last all day. These are layering techniques and just techniques in general that I find really helpful when I do my makeup. Whether you are going full color glam or you are just playing with the basics and just doing a daytime look, there are things that you can do to make sure that your makeup lasts all day long. So some of these tips will be very, very helpful, quick, easy on the go. Others are going to be for those times when you want to take the extra step and the extra time to make sure that things are completely bulletproof, budge-proof, things aren't smearing or going anywhere, and I think that you guys are going to really find all of these tricks helpful. I know that I'm always inspired by your comments when you tell me, you know, the jobs that you have and what you're doing out in the world or the special events you have, and everyone wants their makeup to look as fresh and good as it looks when you first apply it. But hours later, like, you want to pull out the mirror, you want to take a photo, you want to look at your face and go, yes, I have every trick and I'm going to demo it for you. Let's just get started with the basics. This is the step that I always do regardless of what kind of makeup I am going for. If I'm going for light makeup, like just a little mascara on the eyes and some gloss, I'm still going to make sure that my skin looks very clean, good, and balanced. So what I find is very, very helpful is using two primers. High maintenance. Yes, I know, but this really works. So what I do first is I use an oil control primer. This one is from Cover FX. This is the custom blot drops. I do have a video dedicated to this item. I will link that below. But what I do is I actually take a concealer brush and I just go around my nose, T-zone, down the bridge of the nose, in between the brows, areas that I normally have to blot throughout the day where I get very shiny and oily. This just helps to keep that oil from coming up to the surface. But I don't want to put this everywhere because I don't have the issue of oily skin everywhere. So I'm going to target the area that I need to target, and then I'm also going to address my pore size and just smooth the skin out altogether with my Benefit Porefessional. I find that not only does this have a nice blurring effect, but it does allow whatever foundation you are using to glide on better and just wear better in general. So these are my go-tos. It's kind of the same theory of multi-masking where you're just really addressing what's going on with your skin kind of area by area. There are plenty of long wear primers out there. I personally prefer to just do this method versus just the one primer everywhere, but that's just me. So these are kind of my own hacks of how I make my makeup work for me. And if you want to try it, great. Moving on to eyes. I think at events is the best place where people actually see my makeup close up and they're like, oh my gosh, why is your eyeshadow not creasing? What are you using? So what I have gotten in the habit of doing is always using an eyeshadow base. This is common sense, especially here in the beauty community. Everyone's like, oh yeah, duh, use a primer. Big wow, we're so impressed. So, but I take it a step further, especially when I'm playing with color and I need it to be budge proof. I will first take my primer. I apply this with a concealer brush. I'm just going to take the same one that I used for the custom blot drops, and I take a tiny amount over the lid. Then you do want to set that with a little bit of powder. My trick is to take a mattifying powder. This is from Rimmel. This is the Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and I just lightly set that all over the lid so that the primer is locked in. And now when I go into my crease color, transitions, deeper colors, whatever I am using, they are going to apply very smoothly without having any patchiness, and also I am lengthening the wear time and bringing more intensity to those colors. So from there, where I get a little bit just more detailed with my work is I will take a matching color cream shadow underneath whatever I have plans to put on the lid. So whether I'm using a bronze shade, a purple shade, a green shade, which is what I chose today, I'm actually using the Make It Forever Aquamatic. This is an ME32, and I just take this all over the area that I know I am putting a pop of color. So this is going all over the lid up to the crease, not above the crease, but just up to the crease. You could use a pencil like this that is waterproof. You could use, for instance, the Maybelline Color Tattoos. Those are great as well. well. Just apply them with a finger or brush. The idea is to get a matching color underneath what you're putting on the lid. It's going to give you that extra layer where you're gonna have zero creasing, and it really won't matter what your day brings you. Everything is just gonna be very locked in tight. On top of my cream base, I took an Infallible shadow from L'Oreal. These are the best pressed pigments that are affordable. These are at the drugstore. I love these. I can't say enough. This is in the shade Gilded Envy, and it's a beautiful green toned shade, but it has a lot of high shine, a lot of metallic, and it's going to cancel out a little bit of the brightness of the Makeup Forever shade, which is what I wanted. You don't have to get things spot on. You are more often than not going to cancel out a little bit of the color that you put underneath. So don't feel like you have to find like an exact match. You really don't. Just keep in the same color family, and that will give you the best results in my opinion. So I just tapped this on and it looks beautiful. I did also take just a teeny tiny bit from the Kauai NARS Duo just right in the center. I just had to point this out. It's the little details that always bring your look to the next level. So I did that. Moving into liner, I want to talk about something that is time consuming, but it's going to really make sure, especially for like those special occasion nights, that you look great in every photo and every moment that you are out. You don't have to feel self-conscious that things are moving around at all. You could be dancing all night long, sweating, it doesn't matter. Your makeup's gonna be so locked. Use 3 products for liner. Use your favorite liquid pencil first, and you are going to do your liner. Now you don't have to do the cat eye, but when I'm doing a wing especially, you know, this is very exposed. If this gets runny or smudges, you're gonna see that straight away. And to me, I'm such a perfectionist, especially with liner, that bugs me so much. So I want this to be very sharp and clean. So I'm using my Tom Ford liner. This is my favorite. There are plenty of options at the drugstore. There are plenty of options that aren't as crazy as this at the department store as well. That just happens to be my favorite. So I put that one on first. And then something I like to do to really lock in and smooth and deepen up that line is take a pencil liner that is waterproof. This is in M10. This is a pitch black liner from Makeup Forever. Again, they make incredible liners that are so just long wearing, and I love this one because it is very intense and it is matte. So I put this all along the lid, kind of mimicking the same shape. I didn't take it all the way out to the extended tip of the liner because this is not as precise as the liquid liner, but what this does is it smooths everything out and just really double locks your line into place. Now I work one eye at a time, and I go straight into setting that liner with a black powder. So I take an angled brush and I just press along the lash line and set all of that, you know, cream and wet product down to a powder. Same thing that you want to do with your foundation. You know, usually you'll take a cream or a liquid foundation and you'll set it with a powder. You always want to set a cream with a powder. Same theory can go with your eyeliner, and it just really, again, makes things last forever. So this is one of the best tricks out there. From there, if you're gonna use mascara and you're not gonna lash up like I am, which I can't help it. When I do really bold makeup, I like to have a lot of lash. But if you're gonna go for something natural and you have an issue with watery eyes, allergies, you just want something really waterproof on the day-to-day, I would recommend looking into a tubing mascara. L'Oreal makes a great one, Trish McEvoy makes a great one, Blink makes a great tubing mascara. And what's different about a tubing mascara, it's gonna be easier to remove at the end of the day. If you're using waterproof mascara every single day, the ingredients in it can dry your lashes out, but also it tends to be really tough to get every last little trace off of your lashes. So you can be doing a lot of unnecessary rubbing. That's also not good for your under eye area in general. So I save waterproof mascara for days when I'm actually going to be around water, when I know that I need waterproof. If I'm going to a wedding and I know I'm going to cry and cry and cry, waterproof. If I'm going swimming and I want a little extra something and I know I'm going to be in the pool, waterproof. If you have eyes that easily smudge when it comes to mascara and you just can't find the right formula, try a tubing mascara. They do not budge and they're easy to remove. It's just an awesome product. If we're talking about the face, you've noticed in the clips that I've been baking while doing my eye makeup. It's going to catch any of the fallout that falls out from blending. But B, it is going to lock everything into place. I will link a video below where I A to Z go through all of my baking tips and techniques, but more often than not, I will bake under the eyes just because for me, I find that it gives me this really smooth, kind of pore-free, beautiful look, and it looks very clean to me. I don't get any creasing, and it just makes my concealer last all day long. As far as blush and bronzer go, I feel like most formulas out there are very long wearing in general, and especially if you're going to use a makeup setting spray, which we are going to get to, I absolutely do recommend that. If you're using a good primer and a makeup setting spray, you're probably not going to have as much of an issue with the longevity of your bronzers and blushes, but there are plenty of long wear products out there. A few that I really love are Cargo Swimmables blushes. They do have a bronzer as well, but these are extremely long wearing. I am wearing this today. And then also the Balm has a few long wearing blushes and bronzers. Tarte makes some incredible ones. The Amazonian Clay range is awesome. Moving on to the lips. I'm actually wearing dark lips today. What do you guys think? I don't really know if I feel too comfortable like this, but you know what? I changed the hair, changing the look a little bit today, and just having fun with it. So what I like to do when I wear a darker lip, I always start my makeup routine with some type of a balm, lip balm, something going on my lips. I did use my 3-Lab today, so you see in the clips that my lips are a little bit glossy, that's why. But also when I wear darker lips, I like to line my lips completely. I do not just line the outside, I fill the whole thing in, and then I go into my lipstick. Today I am wearing the Ultimate Color by Patrice. This is in Berry Bradshaw. Oh, that's cute. I blotted my lips off once, put a second layer on top, and this is not going anywhere. Another thing you can do to make sure that your lipstick does not get all over your teeth, just do the finger trick like that. You stick your finger in your mouth. It's really sexy. Pull it out and you're not gonna have that ring that can touch your teeth with darker lipsticks. Another thing that I have been into, because I have been craving a glossy lip quite a bit, especially when I go for a nude lip, and sometimes you can wipe it away really, really easily and it feels very high maintenance to constantly have to redo your nude lip. Find a good long-lasting liquid lipstick that you like in a neutral color. This one is called Bel Air. This is from Ofra. This is what I was wearing in yesterday's video. I put it on, let it dry down, and then I go in with a gloss on top. If you're going for long wearing, look for gel formula glosses. They tend to last the longest. This one is from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible 8-Hour Pro Gloss. This is an excellent one. This is in the shade Coral Sands. It will go with most pinky nude liquid lips and just give you a nice shine and a little bit of a golden sheen. And that is just another extra little tip. You want to make sure you're sandwiching your makeup. That is something that I cannot emphasize enough. And what that means is always prime and always set. So your makeup action is going along in here, but so long as you prime and set, your makeup should wear all day long and be looking fresh and not blotchy and looking cute from the time you leave for work to the time you get home. My favorites are, of course, the Urban Decay All Nighter. I also like the Infallible from L'Oreal. And then Wet n Wild has a great setting spray. I'm surprised how much I really love this one. It works really well. This is the Photofocus. And I actually didn't set my face yet, so I'm gonna go and do that right now. I always tend to be super generous with this. I mean, you put in this much work, you don't want it to just wear off in a couple of hours. You want to be able to go from the office to dinner. Actually, I don't know if you would wear your makeup to the office like this. I probably would, but you guys get where I'm coming from. So there you have it. Those are all of my best hacks and tips and tricks for long wearing makeup that I use all the time. So I hope that some of these were able to help you out and inspire you to do your makeup maybe a little bit differently to make things last a little bit longer. If you have any hacks that you want to share with me, please leave comments below. I love reading them. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, share the video. That does really help me out. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for spending time with me and hanging out. I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Mwah.